All right, what is up, Bean Apple fans? A little bit late today, but we're still here. A couple of minor things we had to work out before we got the show going today. So, hopefully you're all here to join us, talk about the AFC East. These two rivals right here. Yeah. So this is going to be a fun one. Very, very fun to round out our entire season of the previews for each division. So if you haven't watched them, if it's one of your teams and you're just jumping into this one, please go back, take a look at your team. You should be able to jump through chapters to find your team and just preview that one if you want, or check out your whole division and see what we have to say. But last one was fire. This one's going to be just as hot. I have no doubt, because I am coming with some crazy predictions. I'm going to tell you that right
here
now.
we go.
Crazy off the wall. I know you guys have been waiting for it
dumb
all year. I know you've been waiting for it. John, I know you've been waiting for it all off season. Can't wait. You've been telling me all year. I can't wait to hear what you're going to say next.
I just can't wait to see how many wins you're going to predict for the Jets.
You are going to hear it today.
And it better be somewhat realistic. I mean, don't be in outer space.
Get out of here.
So, Jim, I say if he says over 2, he has to explain every other win over 2.
That's good, because I was going to say not only is it realistic, but I will justify every win that I have.
Oh, my God. Look at this.
Every win.
Right now.
Make the playoffs.
All right. So with that, let's get the show rolling, because this is going to be fun.
Welcome to the Bean Apple Podcast.
Belichick. I mean, I text him all the time. He just doesn't answer.
Somehow got mono. God knows who he was making out with.
Somebody had given me 2 tickets to a check-in, and I had to run into a store. Came out, they broke my window, and they left 4 more tickets.
Yes. All right. So I think we said we want to start off. We're going to start off easy with this one, right? And start with the Bills. Is that what we were deciding?
Yes. Let's do
All right.
Buffalo.
Okay.
Let's get that out of the way, because it's not going to be a big shock. As much as I said I'm going to get crazy, the Bills they're still kind of good.
Kind of good?
Kind of good. Doing some research on it. I mean, they were 13-3 last year, so kind of good, right? Some room for improvement, obviously. But overall, pretty decent season. So they added Emmanuel Sanders, who was a very quiet addition, very quiet player, but very dangerous player, year in and year out. Mm-hmm. Mitch Trubisky, which I wasn't going to put in an addition until the last preseason game, when he just torched, I believe it was the Bears, right? His old team went into
shocker, right?
Yeah, went into Chicago and decided, like, oh, hey, I am a quarterback after all. So I had to add on to the additions. I was going to leave him off, but you know what? Respect. He went, he balled out. And he did what he was supposed to do. So that was great. And outside of that, they retained a lot of key players on the defense, which I think was really, really big. So not a lot of flashy names, but they kept a lot of the core together. The guys that could have walked, they retained. So the only losses I did see was John Brown, who, as of what I was just reading a few hours ago, is potentially a cut candidate for the Raiders. So that's interesting in itself. And then Tyler Kroft, I only put that in there because they don't have a tight end, and he was their best tight end, who's now down in New York and catching multiple touchdown passes from Zach Wilson, by the way. We'll get to that in a little bit. So yeah, those are the big things for the draft.
Here we go.
We're talking about Buffalo, not the Jets.
Yes,
it's always about the Jets. You guys know that. All right, so the draft, they grabbed Gregory Rousseau, which we bought. I think all of us liked.
Yep.
And we did have, we were all predicting him going to the Giants, or being one of the Giants candidates to draft, slipped all the way to the end of the first round. And then also Carlos Boogie Basham, which is just an awesome name. So great player there as well. So a couple of the notes here, which stood out to me was, and to speak of Greg Rousseau, and another guy that you guys, the Giants, passed up, has the highest quarterback pressure among any player in the preseason so far. At 33% of his plays are putting pressure on the quarterback. Could have had that.
Yeah.
We
should have had that.
They should have had that. Or Kwity Paye, or Justin Fields. Mistakes. Anyway, all right. So the defense got better. The offense is just as good. You got another year of Josh Allen, another year of experience. Like I said, you still got Stephon Diggs. You've got a running back committee there that I'm kind of what I'm really curious about is who is going to take the lead. Singletary hasn't run away with it. I think Zach Moss is the better running back on that team. He looks really, really good. He looked really good at Utah. And I feel like if he gets the opportunity and he gets the carries, he's going to take that starting job away from Devin Singletary. But still a nice two-headed monster, no matter which way you look at it. The big weakness is tight end, like I alluded to with Tyler Kroft. Their tight end right now is Dawson Knox. He had 288 yards last year, and he caught 50% of his passes. So that's not very good. I mean, that's not a receiving tight end, right? So they don't have a very good receiving option right now at tight end. Let me pause for a second and bring this in. Sorry. Get the chat going because I know I can see it's already going over here. There.
So
Chat's
Travis called out Knox too.
Yep. So
I didn't know he was only 50%. I liked him. I thought he was.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be a weapon this year.
Slightly over. It's like 52%, but and then
so
that's my. Those are two of my big things. Is what do they do at tight end? I mean, you've got nice wide receivers. You've got a nice two-headed running back there, but tight end is a weakness. And is somebody going to take over that running back position? Are they going to take the bell cow role and really, give Josh Allen that cushion, that space that he's going to need, that defenses have to worry about? And I think Zach Moss is the guy that can do that. He's explosive and very hard to bring down once he gets going. So, like I said, Arizona State fan. So watching them play Utah, they couldn't get him down. They couldn't stop him. He was just everywhere. So, the Bills are.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
That's all I can say.
Old Denny, old Dennis Green.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me reposition you guys into the correct spots. There we go.
There we go.
All right. Now we're set for action. All right. So
now
take
we're
it away,
rocking
John.
and rolling. All right. So, it's funny. Michael says that because that is the absolute truth. If you can slow down that passing game a little bit and make them beat you with the run, the only problem is Josh Allen can run too. So let's not forget he is a running back.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He can be a running back there. I don't know his exact stats last year. What was it? 400 or 500 yards. I think he's averaged the last 3 years. So might go with the bold predictions. That's a bold move, Cotton. But no, I think the way to beat Buffalo is to stop Diggs because then you got Sanders behind him. You got Cole Beasley. Gabriel, I believe, is there going to be their fourth. Yep. But no tight end. But you know what? They went 13-3 last year without kind of a big time presence for tight end.
Yeah. And I was really looking for just some kind of a weakness because
anything. Right. Same here. Same
hard
here.
To find.
And I'm going to look at the fact that who is their running back, like you said. But you know what? You get Josh Allen who can probably run the ball and not trip and fall before he gets to the end zone like other quarterbacks whose team should have taken Justin Fields. But anyway, so back to Buffalo. I mean, they're going to be dominating again this year, but I will say, like, their away games are brutal. Have you looked at who their away games are? Kansas City, Tampa and Tennessee. Mm-hmm. That's three tough away games right there. You know what I mean? 3-3. So it's like, man, and I wait for Mark to pop on and tell me how they're going to go, 17-0, 18-0.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Where's the Buffalo guy? Come on.
Because remember
he's late to his own show. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's late for his own show. So think about this. The last game they played, they got trounced by Kansas City. They got trounced by a kind of depleted offensive line of Kansas City, and they just scored at will on them. So I don't know. How good are they? You know what I mean? Because Tampa turned around and pretty much stomped all over Kansas City. So, there he is. Perfect timing to bash the Bills. So it's hard for me to say how great they're going to be when their last game, they got destroyed. And they probably shouldn't have. I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot closer. So let's see where they are. I mean, I think they are going to be very tough in the East, but I'll save my predictions for after, and I'll let Michael have the mic here. I mean, Jim. Sorry, I'm looking at Michael's comments. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry.
We have another guest. Okay.
No, I was reading your brother's comments. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I mean, no doubt, Beast of the East. I mean, I think for sure they win the division, right? I'm not going to tell you how many wins I got them down for, but like you said, I mean, most of the team is back. They have a solid backup quarterback now, bringing in Rousseau, and I think what happened last year leaves a bad taste in their mouth, right? So winning the division's not enough, right? Okay, you accomplished that, but that's not what you're playing for, right? So you want to go to the next level. So I think they take what they learned from that game and getting beat up, and I love the head coach, right? And I think that they feed off that and come back this year. I mean, I look at their schedule. The first 4 games, I think they go 4-0. I think they go 4-0 until they go to KC. I think the ending of their schedule is a pretty easy ride too, even though both of your teams are in there. I mean, Carolina, New England, Atlanta, Jets. I mean, I think they could just slide home with those 4 games, really. But yes, I said it. Yeah, I mean,
you said slide home. I mean, we're not talking baseball.
Hey,
maybe slide into the end zone, maybe.
Right. I mean, come on, they got the Jets. They bring the Jets in for the last whipping of the year.
Well, they can slide into the end zone because Daniel Jones isn't their quarterback that's going to trip at the 2.
Right. Hey, we got another watcher. Hey, Felicia.
Oh, man.
Thank you. So I'm not sure what team Felicia's a fan of, but I think it's
probably the Patriots. She looks like a Patriots fan.
There's no way it's the Patriots.
She looks like a Pats fan. I'm telling you.
No, she looks intelligent. She looks very intelligent.
Exactly.
There's no way she's a Pats fan.
She's a winner. Look at her. She's a winner.
So yeah, I mean, I like I said, they win the division for sure. I think it's a great division. Dallas.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I retract.
Never mind everything I said. I apologize.
Yeah.
I award you 0 points.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
We'll see how Dak holds up this year. But go, what are your numbers there for?
All right.
Buffalo?
So for the 2021 Buffalo Bills, I have them finishing 13-4. Those road games are going to be hard. So.
I agree. I don't have them losing all the road games, though. I truly don't. But I have
some of her brains back there.
She got some street unfortunately, cred back. Joe, like how we started last week, and it cringes me to say it. You and I are going to guess the same exact win and loss total again. I'm going to go 13-4 too. I think I think they will win one of those road games, but. Again, you stop playing division games, they get tough, you know?
Yep.
I mean, it's just hard, you know? So, and they get a couple of mediocre teams in there, you know? They got Indy. How good is Indy going to be? Washington. How's that D with the pass rush? I mean, honestly, if any defense is poised to stop them and make them run the ball, it's Washington. So, it kind of is what it is. So I see 13-4.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was leaning that way, and a lot of that had to do with my sister last night telling me how they're not going to sweep Miami. There's no way that's going to happen.
No way.
No, she said no, they're not. I mean, she thinks week 2 down in Miami, Buffalo, Miami wins. There she goes, 13-4. So I'll take the over. I'll take the over because I don't want to be the same as you two.
14.
All right.
I'm going to say 14-3.
Wow.
I'm going to say KC, Tennessee, Tampa Bay, 3 losses.
Oh, excellent.
And Miami, I was on the fence. My sister had a pretty good argument. Yeah. And I was going to go that way, but if you two are, we're not all going to be 13-4. I'll take the over. I'm fine.
All right. Well, let's talk about
so
Miami.
That's the question. Is Tua the quarterback or is Deshaun Watson going down? Right?
And that's one of the things we do need to discuss here because that's heating up. But last year, the Dolphins, 10-6, team coming on, young team, added some nice pieces in the draft, added Will Fuller in the offseason, brought Jacoby Brissett over as well from the Colts to back up Tua because he needs a backup, as Fitz will tell you. They lost, obviously, Fitzmagic, Kyle Van Noy, Eric Flowers, so...
Fitzmagic.
okay pieces to lose, but nothing that you're too upset about. What they added in the draft, obviously, Jalen Waddle, huge wide receiver, to add with Fuller, with Devontae Parker, very, very nice wide receiving core they've got there. Jalen Phillips on the defensive side, Javon Holland, and Hunter Long. John, I believe you were pretty high on him out of Boston College, tight end.
Yep, tight end.
You liked a lot. So they added some nice pieces on both sides of the ball. The defensive line, a nice safety, tight end to go with Gesicki, and another wide receiver to add to it. So potential through the roof for this team. I mean, you just look at it and it's just loaded. The big thing is Tua, right? Is Tua the quarterback? First off, the Deshaun Watson stuff is really heating up these trade speculations over the last couple days, gotten very, very hot. I don't know what's going to come of it. I don't know if it's just talk trying to stir things up, because you're going to have to give Tua up for Watson. I mean, I think that's a given. If you're moving one, you're getting Tua back for it. So if Tua's the quarterback, from everything I've read, he's looked really good in the preseason. I haven't seen any games, to be completely honest, but the reports on him, very, very strong. He's looked good. Started slow, but the once we hit the preseason games, really, really sharp. So I think, depending on how he plays, is going to dictate probably 2 wins in either direction. I'll save it for when I get to my predictions, but I do think his play is going to dictate at least 2 wins, one way or the other. And then the other thing is kind of what we were talking about in Buffalo, the running back situation here. I mean, there's nothing there that gets you excited, right? So basically, as a defense, you could just force Tua to throw the ball. I mean, if you've got somewhat of a defensive line, you could make Tua throw, force him to make mistakes, as long as you can cover the weapons that he has. So, yeah, I mean, Gregory Rousseau might be all over him. So, I mean, Mark, you missed it, but like we were saying about so far through the preseason, the highest quarterback pressure rate in football out of any player. He's got the highest quarterback pressure percentage. So yeah, he's going to be hungry, and that Bills defensive line is going to be hungry. So they go down there week 2. It's still hot up, and it's still warm up in Buffalo. That temperature change isn't going to take effect in week 2. So when it's negative 15 in Buffalo and they've got to go down in week 16, that's going to be a different conversation. When you go from negative 20 to 80 degrees in Miami, that's a little different, a little harder to adjust to. But I don't know who is going to be the running back. And if they don't get a really good running back, which I agree with Dino, during the draft, they should have taken Harris. They really should have, because I don't know how you would have stopped that offense. Anybody could have quarterbacked that offense. But I'll get to my predictions there. It's about all the notes that I've got. I'm curious to see what you guys think about Tua and the fans as well. Like, is Tua going to take that sophomore step up, or is he going to take the Sam Darnold step down? Let me know. Let us know.
So with me, it starts honestly with Miami's defense. They have probably one of the strongest defensive backfields in the NFL. You know, nobody can argue that. I mean, they brought in McCourty, Eric Rose, a nice piece at strong safety. I mean, you know, they got Howard, they got Jones on each side. I think they paid both now, right? So everybody's happy. Everyone's going to make some money. They got a good pass rush. I don't know. It's Joe. I mean, there really is nothing else to say. It's going to be up to Tua. You know what I mean? It truly is Tua, and with no running game. So they brought in Malcolm Brown too. So I think you're going to see, you know, a little bit of running back by committee. I mean, if they do trade for Watson, like you were saying, Joe, I mean, why even keeping Tua? Who cares then? You know, you're not expecting him to play. I just don't see anybody trading for him before we find out what happens. So,
week 17, Miami.
Hey,
New
so
England.
last year, whatever. So Miami's running game is questioned, but everything else is there. Fuller's not going to play week 1, of course. I think he has to sit out one game. So that'll be against New England. I mean, we know New England's going to beat Miami in New England, and New England's going to lose to Miami in Miami. It happens every year, so I'm already expecting that. I agree, Dina. They They are very good, and they got stronger last year. I think you're right. I just don't trust the running game. And Tua, let's see how he releases that ball. What did we all say about him last year? He waited way too long. And I'm seeing some of that with another quarterback that I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. You know what? That first year out, they just don't make them reads as quick as they should be. And you can see it with Tua. And we were talking about this in work. Think about what Alabama quarterbacks see. They see, 4-5 man gaps between the defender and receiver. It's easy to hold on to the football. Mm-hmm. In the NFL, they're threading the needle. Not that I'm an NFL quarterback, but I mean, you can see the throws they make. So it's just a hard transition to go from an offense where it's been so easy to perform because you have an all-star at every single position. Mm-hmm. Where you come to the NFL, you don't have that. You don't get the wide separation. I think Waddle will help. I think it was a good pick. I mean, he had one hell of a year. I mean, he was the Heisman front runner before Smith came along. So
before he got hurt.
Yeah, before he got hurt. So I think Miami will be good. I think they're strong again. But I think this is Tua's real first year without a binky quarterback behind him. I don't see them yanking him for Jacoby Brissett like they would.
Injury.
Fitzmagic. So, this is all on Tua. I think you're going to see some growing pains, though, at quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think they can yank him. If he's struggling, I think they can yank him. I think if he gets in there, he opens up, New England and Buffalo. And if he's struggling, how quick do they go to Brissett and get the kid out of there? If he's getting beat up, if he's holding the ball too long, he's getting hit a lot, right? Maybe they do make that change if he is even the quarterback in his start. I mean, I'm looking at what these guys are writing here. Some guys are high on Gaskin. Some guys think he's a joke. Some guys think Tua is not going to be. So it's all over the board. Miami's kind of a big question mark.
Yeah.
Like you said, the defense is solid. They got Waddle. I mean, at what point do you learn to get the ball out quicker? Right. I mean, okay, when you first get in there, the game's faster and you're not caught up. But okay, this is year 2, right? And I didn't realize, talking to my sister last night, she mentioned he was 6-3 as a starter, right? Tua was. I wouldn't. If you would have asked me what off the top of my head, I would have said he was under 500. I would have thought, but 6-3 as a starter. So he did win games. He did get at the end there. What's his name? Matt Fitzpatrick did come back in, but I think that. Well, I don't want to say. I'll tell you my numbers here in a minute, but I think the defense is solid, and this team gave me the hardest time going through this division. This was the hardest one for me.
Yeah,
to come up with a number.
It is because, like I said when I was doing my piece, is this like I see 2 to 3 wins in either direction that could be that is going to be directly caused by Tua. Like that's how much flex there is for me in this. But John, I'm curious to see if we're gonna agree, because I feel like your like the trepidation is almost equal to mine with this team. So I actually have them taking a step back from last year and finishing 9-8.
Wow.
So I thought I was going to kind of be out on my own here, but I'm curious to, I don't think we can tie twice on this, because I feel like I went out on the limb.
Man. We are. I get them going 9-8 as well.
What?
You too?
9-8. 9-8. That's what I got.
On. I thought I was being crazy here.
No, I got them at 9-8. My sisters are being crazy. They're going to go backwards. They got the team they got with Waddle now and Tua's second year. And how could they take a step back? I think they split with the Jets. I think they split with New England. I think Buffalo sweeps them. But they got Houston and Carolina, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Indy. Wow, here come all the fire away.
As well. Yeah. Drop them all. Drop the predictions in right now.
7-10. Well, although Travis said 15-2, which I think that was a little out of. And he said they would lose to New England. They were going to beat Tampa. They were losing New England. I don't know where he got that from, but
of course they're losing to New England.
Oh, come on.
But like I said,
they're going to beat Tampa and lose to New England. Buffalo is going to beat Tampa but lose to New England.
No,
they will lose to New England. They will split with New England. I'm telling you. Look, New England. Oh, hold on. I'll save some, but New England was
Oh,
at
you
the
dropping a
20-yard
teaser?
line. Come on, New England. Okay, don't you worry about when I start rolling here in a little bit because
Oh, go.
I'm gonna hear all the hate. All the hate.
Yes, you are. So,
So,
all
so
right,
do
but
you want me? You want me to go? You want me to change one of mine?
Not at
no,
all. I
keep
don't
your
want you-
predictions.
9-8, three-way tie.
All right.
9-8.
But I am going to say
I
if
could
this
take the
team
over. I
if
could
this
take the
team
over.
goes 11, 12 wins, it's because Tua played the way he's supposed to play.
Or Watson was there.
So, or Watson's. If Watson's there, this goes out the window. Like, but
Yeah, I
leave
mean,
it
this is what we got right now. You know, this
Yep.
is what we got right
Yep.
now. I don't want to. I don't
7
want
and
to.
yeah. All right. So, Patriots, John, you ready to amp up?
Do we talk Pats now?
We
Is
talk
that what we're
Pats.
gonna do?
We're gonna leave the Jets for
Pats.
last. The worst for last. Okay.
I mean, we might as well look.
The most
look,
controversial. So,
Jimmy needs something. So, Joe,
7-9 last year.
7-9. So I'll tell you what. I'd like you and Jim to go first, and then I'll talk last. How about that?
All right. So good. Joe.
All right. So,
I need to soak in the anger right now. Need to soak it in.
So 7-9 last year, right? So this team, we talked about Kansas City's offensive line having a complete makeover and how they're going to gel. When I started going through, and we talked about this in the free agency shows as well, but when it's all said and done and I put it down on paper for the moves that this team made, I almost ran out of paper. Like, it's just insane. So Matt Judon, Trent Brown, Kyle Van Noy, Hunter Henry, Henry Anderson, Jalen Mills, Kendrick Bourne, Jonnu Smith, Nelson Aguilar, and Devin Godchuk, who they paid a nice amount for. It was like $10 million.
Aguilar it doesn't even count. Aguilar. He's
Whoa! What do you mean he doesn't count? Of course he
But
counts.
He's the worst.
So is Kendrick Bourne.
Should retire. Just retire.
But it's the only wide receivers they have, so I had to mention.
Look, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But they lost Joe Tooney. Julian Edelman is still unsigned, so I counted
he's
him
retired.
as a loss.
Yeah, he's retired.
Well, until the Pats call, or until
Brady calls.
Bucks, until the Bucks call.
I don't think you're going to see Julian coming back. He's not even. He didn't even come back from that injury. So
Yeah. Marcus Cannon. They just traded away Sony Michel, Rex Burkhead, Demiri Bird, all out of town. They drafted, obviously, your boy Mac Jones, your new favorite quarterback. Christian Barmore, who we thought was going to potentially be a first-round pick and slipped pretty far to you guys in the second.
he's looking really good right now.
And then a little guy that I previewed in my running back sleepers that everybody was like, who is that? Ramondre Stevenson.
Wow.
Crushing it. This guy
Beast.
called it. Remember that. Remember that.
I do.
Ramondre.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Problem is he's from Oklahoma, and I have a problem with that.
Doing so well, they said, Sony Michel, go away. So
They did.
all right. So yeah, we were talking about this in the green room. What is going on with the quarterback situation? It was Cam Newton. That was it. There wasn't even a discussion. Now all of a sudden we're through 3 games. We're through the preseason. All preseason games are done, and the door is still open as to who the starting quarterback is. And in all fairness, Mac Jones has outplayed Cam. So
It depends. Depends how you look at it.
Is he going to go with the rook? Or is he going to stick with the vet? So I'm interested to see what you say there. He being Mac Jones, he ended up with the highest. He was the Pro Football Focus's highest graded rookie quarterback in the preseason. Which is, I mean, obviously he's a first round pick, should still be good, but ended as the highest. To be fair, the only reason that happened is because Zach Wilson didn't play week 3, so he leapfrogged him. So You're welcome. The other questions that came up is Gilmore. He's still on the PUP list, and it's kind of in question. Is it the quad or is it the contract that's keeping him on the PUP list? So I couldn't find anything that said one way or the other, or if he's going to come off. The question was asked to Bill. Of course, he didn't answer the question if Gilmore is going to come off the list or not, the PUP list. Mm-hmm. But that's a key player on your defense that you desperately need. So are they going to pay him? Are they going to make him suck it up and play? Is he not going to play at all? I don't know. And Bill being Bill isn't going to tell you anything. So thank you, Bill, for that. But yeah, like I was alluding to at the beginning, this team has the largest turnover that I've seen in any of the ones that we've evaluated. I mean, both sides of the ball, huge amounts of players coming and going. It's not just additions. I listed off a lot of players, but there were a lot more players that moved that weren't really noteworthy, but still new players that have to learn Bill's system, which from what we understand is not an easy system to learn. So you're bringing in a lot of fresh faces, a lot of new players that have never played together before, and you've got to gel these guys quickly and get out the gate in a hurry. Is it with Cam? Is it with a rookie quarterback? I don't know. So let's. Oh, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim is up now. So go ahead. Give me your take.
Yeah, I'll give you. I mean, I agree. There is a lot of turnover, and how long is that going to take for them to gel? Right? Belichick obviously will figure out a way, whether it's under the table or over it. He'll figure out a way to get them to do something to win a game here. But I 7-9 last year, right? So I definitely think they improved this year. I'm not sold on Cam. I can't, I watch him. I watched him last night against the Giants. I don't like the way he throws the ball. I think he takes too many hits. I don't think he's going to make it through the season, whether it's through injury or performance, that Mac will take over. But even when we saw Mac last night, holding the ball too long, getting smacked around. So, he's going to have to learn that he can't stand back there and look around for third and fourth option before, the Giants second string are all over his back. Right. I mean, so. Yeah.
It's not in Alabama anymore. That's for sure.
No, this is the big time, right? So now you got to step up. But looking at the schedule, first three: Miami at Jets, Saints, Tampa, Houston. First 5 games, I think they could win, 4 to 5. Right? I think they could win 4 to 5 beginning, but I think then it gets harder for them. I think they're going to struggle. I think the key is they have to go 4-1 to start to be competitive, because I think the second half of the season they get some tougher games, 2 Buffalo games where I think they'll struggle. I don't think they beat Buffalo. I know you think differently, but you can talk about that all you want. I don't see that happening, but somehow New England finds ways to win. I mean, it's Belichick, whether whatever he does to do it. They do find a way, and they'll need the team to gel quickly with all the changes and turnover that they've had. So, what do you think there, John?
So Jim, first off, let me give you some praise for talking good about New England right there, and it's probably because they played last night. They played last night. So last year they went 7-9, and to me, that was. I can't remember a Patriot team that bad since I was a teenager. I truly can't. Mm-hmm. So they went 7-9, and they were poised to beat Buffalo and Seattle. 2 games they probably shouldn't have won talent-wise, but they were still in them. So two turnovers that don't happen, potentially they go 9-7. Okay, but they didn't. I get it, but they were right there. You know what? They have improved so much. And like you said, Jim, the Patriots always find a way to win. They just do.
Unless they're playing the Giants.
Well, last night they won, even though it was preseason. So who
were half those guys on the field?
Time out, though. So after
they're not
hearing
even on
about
the team today they were on the highway.
They're probably they're probably on the highway, probably being signed by the Jets, Jim. Probably being signed by the Jets.
They walked across the field. Yeah.
Sorry, Joe, I'm already deflected, but no. They were poised to win 9 games last year. They got a lot better. They got a lot of their players back. I think when it comes down to the end of the season, if Gilmore plays, which I think he will, I think they're going to give him, Joe, I think it's money. All day long, I think it's money. You give him $5 million. What does he need to practice? I don't care, to be quite honest. Give him $5-6 million. They got the money. Bring him back, because that D needs him. They truly do need him. J.C. Jackson, to me, is not a number 1.
Will Belichick cave to that?
I think he will.
You think he's the type? You think
I think once all the cuts are done, I think once all the moves are done, I mean, Gilmore's there. If the difference of having a top 10 D and a top 20 D is one player, you pay the $5 million. You just do.
Now,
if it's that drastic. I just think he brings so much to the table as a cornerback. Him and J.C. Jackson. I mean, J.C. Jackson had 9 interceptions last year. So, right. But there's also a reason why nobody paid him. Because I think he benefited off of Gilmore. They threw all on his side. You know, they got Hightower back. He's a beast. Judon, oh my God, that guy is an absolute freak of nature. You know, pass rushing's back. I'm really excited about our D, probably a little bit more than our offense, of course. But I mean, you got Wise and Guy up front, Harry Anderson. I mean, Kyle Van Noy, Judon, and Hightower. I mean, they're just going to be beasts. And honestly, I'm a big fan of Adrian Phillips and Kyle Duggar as the two safeties. Kyle Duggar is probably the nickel. What I start to worry about a little bit is our offense. But again, they're going to be better than last year. Damian Harris looks great. I think that's why they traded Sony Joe, to be quite honest, because they knew Damian Harris is going to get probably 250 plus this year, I think. Nobody can cover Diggs, so that's really not a fair statement. So I'm almost going to agree with you. Our tight ends, I'll tell you what, I was happy when they signed Jonnu Smith. Wasn't too happy when they signed Hunter Henry. But I'll tell you what, Devin Asiasi, he's already hurt. But I love watching Devin Asiasi out there. It's kind of fun to watch. I like their offensive line, and it's going to come down to quarterback. Cam Newton, I don't think played in a practice game against the Giants 1s versus 1s. That was Mac Jones. He went 15 for 15 against that Giants D in a practice. Now I know it's practice, but I'm sorry, and I'll keep saying it. That Giants D,
practice. We're talking about
that Giants D is good, and I'll tell you what, I thought they played okay against them last night. You know, they still get a couple weeks to go, but you're right, a bunch of seconds. But I liked how our D stopped the Giants at the one last night. There was interception. I mean, they got that sack on Daniel Jones a few times that kicked them out of field goal range. I love our D. And who's going to be quarterback? I think Cam will start. And when I say start, I think Cam will start week 1.
Okay.
I think you're going to see Matt Jones, as long as he's getting the ball out a lot quicker, because I said this about Tua. Mac Jones was just like that last night. Held the ball way too long last night, and that's what we've seen Tua last year. So I'm going to dog him, and for the same reason. He had an all-star team to throw to. I'm sorry, he just did. That's what happens. So, but he does make some pretty good throws. I like the over-the-shoulder throws he's making. Timing's still rough, but he hasn't been with the ones. So I think we'll see Mac Jones sooner than later, to be quite honest.
So any chance they platoon him? They do what they were doing down in New Orleans with Hill? Bring him in a third down, do something different. You love the D.
Sorry. Travis, I do love the D. I do. I love the Patriots D. Do I think they're going to platoon? No, but I mean, maybe if they do, not as quite as much as the Saints do. I kind of don't. I kind of don't like that to be. I think he will, as long as Jimmy G stays healthy. I think Mac Jones will be the first rookie to start. Besides, unless like Jimmy G gets hurt, I think you'll see Andy Dalton for about 4 weeks, and then I think Mac will be in there before then.
I could see Cam with 2 fumbles and an interception going into the third quarter, and they say, "Okay, have a seat. We're putting the kid in, right? Come on."
I still don't like the way Cam throws the football, Jim. I'm with you, man. He looks like he's shot putting it, and it almost looks like it's painful.
Wrong. Yes,
he sidearms it.
Shoulder, yes.
But what's crazy is a few passes he threw last night. I mean, they were rockets. The problem is he's dropping his arm down when he's doing it. He's not coming over, and the guy's big enough. I get it. But my God, I mean, so is the D-line. The D-line got six people all over it that are bigger than Cam. So I just don't like the way he throws. I don't like his release, but man, there's zip on it at times, and he looks really good. So again, I love the D. Can't help it. Love the Patriots D, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
So what do you got, Joe?
Well,
I'll go last too for this.
So I'm kind of like, this is another one where it can go a lot of ways here. Like, and it depends on when Mac Jones starts, because I could see this team being 3-3 at the bye, and then switching to Mac Jones at that point. If Cam struggles right out the gate and they switch right to him, 2-4.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
For me,
just-
I don't think it makes a difference really if it's Cam or Mac.
You don't think so?
I don't think just because Mac comes in, it equals more wins. No, not
Well,
yet.
I actually
Not
have
yet.
less wins
Well,
because I think that you're just gonna say, all right, Cam's not the guy. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's
Right.
let Mac go and see what we got. I mean, because what else are you gonna do? So, John, you're not gonna like this, but I'm saying 7-10. I don't think if Cam is still Cam, which it looks like he is, how are they going to get more wins? If you go with Mac Jones, kind of like you said with the Jets, it's a rookie quarterback. You're going to have growing pains. You're going to have rookie mistakes, and you're going to lose games from rookie decisions. So that's kind of where I'm at.
So I could see
7-10.
that. I could see them taking a step back because of
kinda
all the
right.
turnover and everything. But I do have them improving a little bit just because they find ways to do it. I mean, it's just they have the secret sauce that nobody else has. I'll say I have two different things written down here because it could go one way or the other, but I'll go 9-8. I think they're going 9-8. I think they improved by 2 games. There's a couple tough games in there that could go either way for me, but I'll say 9-8.
Interesting. So I'm a little north of that. Little north.
Shocker.
And I definitely don't have them over Buffalo. I don't. I'm not insane. When I look at this schedule, I see them going 3-0 out the gate.
That's I got that.
Don't know about Tampa because that's going to be.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know about Tampa.
No, I don't. I don't.
What don't you know? Let me.
I can't say that game because there's going to be so many emotions. Is Brady going to press? You know what I mean? Honestly, is Brady going to press? Is he going to go nuts? I don't know.
Has he ever?
Why would he press? Why would he be nervous?
Dude,
He just won.
Dude, he wants to shove it to New England and Belichick so bad. He does.
So the pressure's going to get to him.
And the fact it's a night game. So honestly, I see him going probably 4-2 to start 49-0.
49-0. Is that?
I see him going 4-2 to start, and they do have a little bit tougher schedule, but there's very winnable games. Tennessee's obviously going to be tough. I think we're going to split with Buffalo this year. I do. Colts, curious to see how they're going to be. Titans are going to be tough. I mean, Derrick Henry, that offense is insane. Atlanta doesn't scare me. Cleveland can go either way. I know they're good on paper, and we're picking the Browns to win a lot, but Cleveland's still Cleveland. Panthers, we don't know how Darnold's going to be. So there's a lot of what-ifs. Yes, we do.
I know how Darnold's going to be in week 1. I know that. I don't know anything after week 1.
So I've been saying all along at least 10 wins. I'm going to say that they were going to win at least 10. I'm going to give them 11. I say they're going to go 11-6.
Oh my God. You almost choked when you said that. Did you hear that?
Not at all. I'm
I
confident. I'm very confident right now.
Oh,
very confident.
When you said 11, your voice cracked. Your voice
Not
cracked.
one bit, Jim. I am very confident.
I think that was me gasping for air because my heart literally, I had palpitation there.
Joe, you have them winning the same amount of games as last year when they had probably one of the worst teams in history of New England. So
their offense
they're
still
going to
sucks.
win more. So this is what you're going to see. You're going to see running back Haven from the New England Patriots.
That's right.
They're going old school. You watch. They're going to go old school.
Where's Mark? Did Mark say anything? Mark, did you hear that? 11?
Yeah, I think Mark had a coronary.
Dina, weren't you the one
He's
who
on the
said
floor.
Miami was going to win 11 games?
Oh God. Even Travis.
Jot it down.
Yeah.
Please, jot it down.
Let's record
Lord.
this. Let's record this.
Yeah,
We'll watch
okay,
it.
let me hit-
It's a good thing we are.
Let me hit record real quick. Say that again.
Yes.
Into the mic.
Yeah.
Patriots are going 17-0.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I just have a feeling.
All right. Well, let's go with let's round it out with the best team in the division,
Oh my
the New York Jets, and let's bring in our special guest,
Oh,
Mike.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
bud? There
this
he
one wasn't
is.
supposed to be first, the Jets? Oh my God.
Gotta say,
Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Yeah.
Can't
good.
wait, baby. Can't wait.
I know.
Can't wait. All gas. All gas.
Okay.
All gas, no brakes. All right. So the Jets. Let's break this down. So last season, an abysmal 2-14. We don't want to talk about that anymore. So they added a lot of nice pieces. LaMarcus Joyner, they just traded for Shaq Lawson, Morgan Moses, Corey Davis, Tevin Coleman, Keenan Cole, Sheldon Rankins. Unfortunately, lost Carl Lawson, who was having a amazing spring. Absolutely amazing. And I think the biggest addition, Robert Saleh. And I don't think anybody will disagree with that one after what we just went through with Adam Gase. The first coach that I had to add to in additions because I think it's possibly the biggest move that they made, right? So the losses, nobody really significant. Sam Darnold's the only big piece that we lost, and that wasn't the future anyway. So cut base, move on. Obviously, number 2, Zach Wilson through the draft. Elijah Vera Tucker, guard. Haven't seen too much of him yet. Dealing with some injuries. Hopefully he should be ready to go for the start of the season. Elijah Moore, who's back in practice now after a hamstring injury that he was dealing with, but he looks phenomenal. And everybody, all the experts that I see out there are just, everybody's questioning how he made it to the 34th pick in the draft. And even Kim Jones, that does a lot of Giants and Jets stuff, was saying there's going to be an ESPN special one day on how he managed to slip to the second round. Like that's how good he looks and he's going to be. And we saw during the draft or right afterwards where AJ Brown, who's a 1,000-yard receiver for Tennessee, was in tears telling him he's going to be the best wide receiver in football. And from all the practices, it looks like it. I mean, he is uncoverable. You can't stop him. And for a rookie to be uncoverable is impressive. It really is.
So he's uncoverable against the worst defense in the NFL. Okay.
Even in the
sorry,
Eagles,
Joe. I'm sorry. It's not my turn. I apologize.
No, so in the Eagles
I couldn't help
practice in the week up to the game, he didn't play in the game, but he played against them in the practices, the the squad team practices, whatever they were doing, and he was burning the Eagles defense too. Which yes, they're not that great, but they're still professional football players, and he's a rookie, and he's still
barely
killing them. And anyway, and the last addition, which I really like, is Michael Carter, who I think is going to be an outstanding running back. He looks really good in practice. I think he's averaging like 12 yards a carry in the preseason right now. So I know it's the preseason, but still something you like to see.
Of course.
So yeah, the notes, obviously the Carl Lawson injury hurts this defense a lot. I'm interested to see what Shaq Lawson bringing that in does. I mean, he had a couple good years in Buffalo, not great. I think his season high is 6.5 sacks in a year. Miami dumped him. Now the Texans dumped him. So it kind of leaves me wondering, why is everybody getting rid of him? But the potential's there to be good. Robert Saleh's defense is a very good defense, very friendly defense to just let guys fly. So hopefully that's what he needs, just to be let loose and play. Zach Wilson in the preseason, 137.7 passer rating. Pretty damn good. Mekhi Becton, the 5th best PFF left tackle grade. So
are we still talking about the
happy
Jets?
With that? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So here, John, I know you like to bash on the Jets for the O-line. The starting O-line in the preseason in 132 snaps has allowed 3 pressures. No sacks, 3 pressures.
And half the people that will pass rushing against them are walking down like the New Jersey Turnpike right now.
They might be, but you say that, but Daniel Jones was still laying on his back quite a few times.
He was last night. He was
against
That's what against
those against the guys that are walking down the turnpike with him. So, I'm going to say Elijah Moore is going to be an elite wide receiver in this league. He is going to be up there with the best. And listening to him talk, he's not stopping until he is the best, and then some. So he's got that drive, he's got the hunger, he's got the skill set, and he's got Zach Wilson throwing to him for the next hopefully 10 years plus. So I'm really, really excited. Dina, don't be ridiculous.
Get ready.
That's way too low. So yeah, I've got it broken down for to explain my wins and losses and who I think it's going to be against, but I'll let it run through. Whoever wants to go. I'll tell
John,
you what. Why don't you go and then Mike can rebut?
Well, I was thinking let Michael go last, so we get the Jets start and then Jets finishing.
All
You know
right.
what I mean? Because
Sure.
me and Jim probably won't have the same outlook. So I've been saying this since the draft. If the Jets keep drafting the way they do, they're going to be give them 2 or 3 years. I honestly think that if they keep drafting the way they do and it just works out,
I like
and by
the
all
starters.
accounts, I'll tell you what, these rookie quarterbacks that came out, I mean, they all look pretty damn good. You know what I mean? They truly do. Now, I get it. They're not against all first teamers. I think Fields will play later. Of course, Wilson's going to start out the year. You know, Trey Lance in San Francisco is going to have to wait at least a year, I think. But these guys all look pretty damn good running their offenses. So let's look at the Jets. They lost their huge free agent piece, which, you know, you hate to see anybody, you know, go out for the year like that. Corey Davis is going to be his binky. I will say that. I think once he gets used to dumping off to running backs, I think Tevin Coleman can have a pretty decent year if they use him how they did in Atlanta when Freeman was out. You know what I mean? I truly do. Now, I don't know if he still has the legs for that, but, man, that guy can catch footballs out of the backfield.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
Elijah
Michael Carter's a better version of Tevin Coleman.
I just haven't seen enough of him yet.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm waiting to see him at the pros, but I think Tevin Coleman's a pretty damn good running back for this
If
team.
if he can stay healthy.
It's gonna give him options. I think he's gonna need a tight end to step up, though. To be quite honest, I don't know. It just seems like that would help him out a whole lot. I think Corey Davis, like I said, is going to be his binky. You know, Crowder there. I mean, Keelan Cole. I don't know much about him. But you start looking at the depth, and Elijah Moore, what is he, like 5'10"-ish? So I'm guessing he's a slot guy. Is he going to be a slot guy for the Jets?
He
I'm
can
assuming.
play both, but he's going to be the slot guy.
Slot
especially
guy.
primarily next year when Crowder's most likely gone. So
Right. And I mean,
he
his
can play the
speed is
outside.
nuts, man. Watching him run, that guy can run.
Yes.
So I want to start off with the good of the Jets. And I think their offensive line, again, in a couple years, I think they're going to be pretty damn good if they pan out. But boy, when you get to their D, man, I mean, what does CJ Mosley have after not playing for 2 years? I don't know. I almost feel bad for this defense a little bit. I think the Jets are going to be throwing a lot towards the end of the games. It's probably why, you know, you're probably going to see Wilson's numbers kind of padded a little bit, you know, that losing big pad. But I also think the Jets, they're going to play better. They're going to play much better football because they're going to be better coached. They have pieces, but I think I'm going to keep saying rookie coach, rookie quarterback. There's going to be some mistakes, but I think they're going to be competitive. I do. I don't think they're going to win a whole lot, but I also don't think you're going to say, wow, that team is getting blown out every week either.
Wow, look at that comment. Wow. So, Jesus. So, yeah, I think the same thing. I think they do improve. They do improve over last year, obviously. They made a lot of changes. They have some weapons for the kid to play with. But the thing is, I mean, yeah, he gets thrown right into it. And is he going to perform? Right? Is he going to be able to go out there? It looks like the kid has some swagger, right? He doesn't look like he's afraid out there. He looks like he's in control in the big city, right? He's at home at the stadium here, and the kid looks comfortable. So you don't always see that right out of the gate. But, you know, I think about what if he does struggle? What if they open up 0-4, right? I mean, at Carolina, New England, at Denver, Tennessee. It's likely you guys could be 0-4 to start. And then what happens? What happens? Right? What do? Do they want to run the kid out of town if he's having bad games? I mean, what do you do at that point? I mean, so I think
Play game 5.
Play game 5, right, against Atlanta, and that's your first win. That's what I think. So I do think they have some weapons there. I think the defense is better. Hopefully the defense isn't on the field the majority of the game because the Jets are going 3 and out and they're getting tired out, and by the end of the game they're worn down. But yeah, you're shaking your head. No, I'll let you go crazy here. Go ahead, because I have them improving, but I don't think they're. I don't see them making the playoffs.
Oh,
Take
it away.
Oh my gosh!
Where do you begin? Where do you begin?
Exactly. Where do I start? All right. So first,
I've heard this story before, but go ahead.
You got to start all the way at the top with Joe Douglas, right? So, John, you were saying a little bit at the beginning of your opening there with the drafting. I mean, the drafting's been good now. For last year, it was good. You know, getting Becton right away. This year, was phenomenal. And next year, I think wherever they finish, probably drafting like in the high 20s, they're probably going to have to go for another offensive lineman.
It's the comedy hour.
One more offensive lineman and probably a corner, and then
They're going to trade down.
No, so the offensive line I think is going to be a strength, one of the strengths of the team. Elijah Tucker didn't even play really in the preseason, and the line looked really good. The running game looked really good. Wilson had time to throw. They're doing a lot of great things, rolling him out. And if you've watched any of the games or any of the tape or anything, it's not just that his stats were decent, because they were really good, but his decision making was really good, and he's getting the ball out quick. And it seems like the play calling is designing things for him to be, kind of like to leverage his strengths, things we didn't do with Adam Gase and leveraging Sam Darnold, right? So that's good. It is hard to talk and read the comments at the same time.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, it takes practice. What do you think?
It does. It does.
Why do you think I called Jim Michael earlier?
Yeah. So, but let me tell you something about the Jets offense. So the Jets offense, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and Jameson Crowder are going to be, not only are they going to be in the top 10, but they might even be in the top 5 of the 3 wide out production at the end of the year. Okay. Now, part of that is going to be because of how good Zach Wilson's going to be, and how great those 3 are when they're on the field. And then if you throw Denzel Mims in, here or there, those 3 are going to have great stats because the tight end's not going to be that prevalent. They are going to run the ball a lot, but like you also might have said, John, I think the defense is going to be a little bit of a struggle. Losing Carl Lawson's tough. Having Shaq Lawson come in to his place, he just wanted to play for a winner, Shaq. That's why he wasn't, performing anywhere he was. So I think he's going to be maybe a little revitalized. It's easy to be revitalized with Robert Saleh, right?
He wanted to play for a winner.
So you're saying,
where did he go?
He went down to Miami, realized what kind of a mistake he made. He made a huge mistake going to Miami, and he's like, I got to get out of Miami. I'll take whatever exit I could get, and then the Jets called up. Thank God.
Exactly. Well, listen, with Sheldon Rankins and Quentin Williams, pushing that pocket in, I think the defensive line, listen, with Lawson would have been fantastic.
Yes.
But with Shaq Lawson, Franklin Myers maybe.
Yep.
The secondary corners being very, very light and inexperienced. The back end maybe Ashton Davis and Marcus May. They should be okay.
Yep. May and
Marcus
Mosley
May
are
is
going to
looking
be
for,
nice back there.
Losing Jared Davis is going to, that kind of stinks too for half the season or whatever he's going to be out for, right? But the guy they got too, who may be flying a little under the radar and is going to be forced into action, is that guy from the safety from Florida State, Hamza.
Oh,
I can't say his last name, Nasiruddin or whatever. He's going to be probably filling in as in the linebacker spot, one of them. And he's a guy that, by the end of the year, you'll probably be talking about. John certainly will, I know. But
I'm sure I will be. That's who I've been kind of keeping tabs on.
Another guy, and to hit to John's point on the tight end, and I know, Mike, you watched the game, but Kenny Yeboah, they picked up as an undrafted free agent, should have been drafted. Had 2 touchdowns. He caught that Hail Mary to tie the game, to put them in position to tie the game. Big, fast, powerful tight end. And he could, he showed what he can do. He's somebody that when we grabbed him in free agency, undrafted, I was like, all right, this is a nice grab for somebody who should have probably went in the 4th round.
Yeah. And 3 or 4 years from now, when the Jets are winning Super Bowls, people are going to look back at this time and they're going to remember the building blocks that were put in place to, Nazar, good assessment. Yeah. The building blocks started last year, and they're going to say, how did the Jets pull off these drafts year after year after year? It's going to be like the Baltimore Ravens when Ozzie Newsome, they're going to start talking about Joe Douglas the same way.
Oh,
wow.
So, and you're a part of it.
That's
You
a
can
bold
get on the
move
bandwagon
right
right now. Listen, when I wear this hat out places and people point at it and laugh, I say, go ahead and laugh. I'm going to be the one laughing on September 18th when I'm in the stadium, because I got my ticket over here somewhere. And let me give you a little bold prediction. Like if I haven't given you any yet so far. So 3.5 minutes to go. Jets force Scam to punt, right? Jets get the ball back at their own 20, 23-yard line. Zach Wilson leads a 3-minute drive, and they kick a field goal to win 23-20 because it's a tie game. And the Jets get their win and send New England out of town.
Wow.
And that's the start of the debate of when do we put Mac Jones in, because there's going to be panic in New England.
So if that happens, that night you need to text me the following Saturday's Powerball numbers. And I'll split it with you, Michael. I'll split it with you, man.
Okay, I'm glad this is recording because you're gonna see it.
Hey,
I'll call you from the stadium.
What's 400 million between friends, Michael? What's 400 million between friends? It's not so bad. Not so bad.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So go ahead.
Don't give your prediction yet, Joe. What do you got?
Okay.
I like that. That's a fun call right there. That's a good one.
I think you're definitely on, and I think to really put it, I think you forgot Sheldon Rankin in there too on the defensive line with him and Q in the middle, and Shaq Lawson and John Franklin Myers on the edges.
You guys are just going to name every player on the team.
The
every
defensive
player
line
that suits up. Let's call his name out.
Jim,
what's
a strength. It's a strength.
Jim,
the defensive line is a strength.
He's already Q.
He's Q.
Him and Ass over there in the backfield.
Every single guy on the roster.
TC and ZW.
Hey, it's JT and Q. I mean, we're together. I'm all on board with Q.
I don't wish my summer away, but this is my favorite time of year, a couple weeks before football, and everybody is feeling the same about their team. We're winning it all, baby. Everybody's saying it. Doesn't matter what fan you are. This is
best time of year.
You know what?
Yeah.
Because our teams haven't destroyed our souls yet. They truly haven't destroyed our souls yet. And we can talk like this. We can be frank. We can say what we think's going to happen.
What we hope and dream.
What we hope and dream will happen. Yes.
All right. So I have the Jets with my
go.
hopes and dreams.
Hold on.
Finishing with an astounding 9-8 record.
Oh God.
And
hold on, didn't you pick the Patriots winning 7 games?
7 games, yeah. So the Jets. So for Travis, the Jets are going to beat Carolina week 1. Carolina week 1. W. They're going to split with New England. They're going to beat Atlanta, Cincy, Indy, Houston, Philly. Yes, Philly, the Saints, and the Jaguars. They will lose in Denver. To Miami. I actually have them losing both games to Miami, both games to the Bills, 1 to New England, Tennessee, and Tampa.
Wow. John, do you two have a match there?
I hope so. Tell me why those wins are not. Tell me why
that New England has more wins than the Jets right now.
We already did.
No, hold on. What is that friggin' bet too, by the way, before I give you my wins?
That you're going to win by 2. Or you gave me 2 wins.
And a push is a win for Joe.
And a push goes to me. So, but
I want to bet my next my next 10 paychecks now is what I want to do.
You're telling me the Jets can't beat Carolina, New England, Atlanta, Cincy.
I'm telling you they're not winning
Houston,
9 games.
Philly.
That's what I'm saying.
The Saints or Jacksonville. They can't beat those teams?
You think your D is going to stop Cincinnati's offense? Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell with Joe
everybody's. We're gonna outscore some people.
I don't know if you saw, but Jamar Chase is dropping everything.
Hold on, football bets. Here we go. I'm not even talking about. Let's see, Joe. Where's Joe? Bet Jim in week 2. I don't have money there yet.
Where's your you need your little flip book.
Here we go. Bet Joe. Pats have more wins, plus he gets a win and a tiebreaker. So you only get a win and a tiebreaker. So yeah. So that's $100. Can we make that $100 million? Because I'm getting a bunch from Mike when he predicts that win, and we're going to split the 400. So I'll have an extra $100 million. I'm good for it.
Yeah, that's true.
I love this.
I don't know why they. I don't know why they won't be. Why is New Orleans going to be good all of a sudden? They're not.
I also bet you that the Pats have more wins than Miami for a coffee card.
When's Michael Thomas going to play? and we're putting it all on Jamison Crowder or Jamison.
I'm not.
Jameis Winston to be a good quarterback all of a sudden.
I mean,
no, Cincinnati.
I'm not even saying they were going to beat them, but
they've
So,
got
John,
nice
what do you
pieces.
got?
They haven't put it together.
I 100% don't have 9 wins.
You don't match. Okay.
Not even freaking close. Not even close. So as
All
I
right.
go up and down this, I'm looking at this, and you're seeing 9.
I just told you all the teams that were easily beatable.
I know, but you said that, and I just don't believe you.
And I also have a swept. I have a swept by Miami.
I got max 5, and I already seen Dina's put 5 out. I don't know if I want to agree with Dina because we don't agree on anything.
That's true. Don't start doing that.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going more than 5, so I'll go 4. I'll go 4 and 13.
No, now you're going the wrong. Yeah, that's
Wow. 4 and 13. So I have them doing a little better than that.
I can't go 6, and I wasn't going 5 because of Dina. I was going to go 5.
So I mean, I look at it. I think week 1, I think, is the Darnold Robbie Anderson show. 6 touchdowns. I think he's going to do everything he wanted to do against the Jets. And I think they go 0-4. I think they start at 0-4. I think they beat Atlanta. Cincy lose, Indy, Buffalo. I have them splitting with Miami, win at Houston. Actually, I have them beating New Orleans, Joe. Jacksonville, I got them 5 and 12.
How are they doing against New England? They split or they? What do you have?
I had
2 wins.
I had them
Sounds
losing
like
both.
both.
I
New
was on
England.
the fence of giving them a split and going 6 and 11. But no, I'm not, because Belichick doesn't lose to rookie quarterbacks. Isn't that what John always says?
That a baby.
John
He
told me.
doesn't-
I got that embedded.
Jim, you and
No,
I.
that's Tom
did
Brady
we-
you're thinking of.
Did we just become
Oh.
best friends?
Yes.
Is that what we
I
did?
think so.
Did we just
I think
become
so.
best
You
friends?
guys,
When we talk about the Jets, we are.
5 wins. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
John said 4.
All right, let-
I
let-
said,
let
well,
me-
I was-
let me-
it's
let-
insane.
I was going to
let
go
me tell you
5. I
what's gonna
couldn't
happen.
go with Dina. I
It's
couldn't.
asinine, is what it is.
Listen, I'm a Jets expert, obviously. So let me tell you
I mean,
how it's going
no joke.
That's why we
50
brought you
years.
on the show.
So by week 11, okay, by week
There
11,
we go.
Week 11.
the
1, 2,
Jets
3.
the Jets are going to be 4 and 6 after week 11.
Hold
Okay,
on, I gotta see.
because there's going to be
So
It's
that,
good. It's a
that
little-
could be
it's a
close,
little-
yeah.
it's a little bit of a tough schedule. The Pats twice, Buffalo, Tennessee, and all that. And after week 11, the Jets come into this part of the schedule where they're going to run off the next 5 in a row. Right? Things are going to come together. Jared Davis coming back. They're going to mesh a little bit more. 11 weeks of togetherness. So they're going to beat Houston, Philly, New Orleans, Miami, Jacksonville. They're going to knock 5 out in a row and go 9 and 6 with 2 games to go. And those 2 games, depending on where Tampa and Buffalo are,
Oh, that is a
Could-
good point. I didn't even think about that.
could
This is
make them on the high end
Lay down.
11 wins.
Oh, I
On the
love
high
it.
end 11. A
I
high
love
end
it.
11, maybe 10, because
Maybe 10.
Tampa's going to be tough.
Maybe 10.
Tampa's gonna
maybe
be tough.
10, Jim. Maybe 10. We don't know yet. It all
We don't
depends.
know yet.
He's
It's
not a
9
Jet,
and
well.
he's
6.
not a Jets
Lock it
expert
in.
for nothing, folks. I
Lock
mean,
it in at 9 and 6, and maybe 11.
not
All right,
At
there
9
you
and
go.
8?
9 and 8. 9 and 8.
Oh,
One of
you're
them
not
would
right.
say
9 and 8 to
11.
11 and 6.
Now
9
I'm
and
glad I
6.
didn't agree with Dina and I went 4 because I'm the only rational thinker here.
I love it.
So Joe, both of you guys said 9 and 8?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't say 9 and 8. I said 9 and 6, and then we'll see.
9 and 6, and we'll see.
Is that how we do it on a show?
That's how Michael does it. You know
We
That's
what?
how I
gotta
do
replay
it.
all the shows now.
9 and 6, and I'll talk to you guys later.
I'll
talk to
see
you
you
week
week 16.
16.
I'll see
Oh,
you
All right,
week
so-
16.
Are you guys for real though?
Yeah, 9 and 8.
Are you guys?
What?
So Joe is 9 and 8. Michael may be 9 and 8.
No, Michael's going Super Bowl.
No, I
Michael
mean,
got the Jets in the Super Bowl.
Hey, I mean, you guys went, the end of the season, Buffalo, Tampa, they might have it locked up. They might just be resting guys, taking it easy, and you don't want to get Brady or Allen hurt, so you put the backups in, and maybe Brady plays half the game, and then that's it. They lose, whatever. I mean, crazier things have happened.
So what's your number? 9,
10 and 7.
10 and 7.
Split the difference.
10 and 7.
10 and 7. Wild card Saturday. Opening day wild card game.
Music.
Look at how excited Joe is right now. Joe believes this.
It's all
Joe believes this. Look at him. He's giddy.
I like it.
2009 all over again. They're going to start comparing Zach Wilson to Mark Sanchez.
Okay.
You better hope not.
Hopefully the outcome is different.
Yeah, you better hope not.
They're going to,
Don't do that.
I'm talking about with road playoff victories. That's
okay.
Unless we could get Thomas Jones back in the backfield. I don't know if I could handle.
Wow.
I don't know if I can handle that. But
this has been a fun couple weeks, and this just tops him off. Just tops off all the divisions. I'm so glad Michael came on.
Oh yeah.
So we all have Buffalo winning the division, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So then second. So I think we got New England, right? So Joe,
I have New England.
John,
Nope. I have the Jets and Dolphins at 9 and 8.
So Joe's got.
Of course,
Buffalo.
I'll give the edge to the Jets.
Attaboy.
Miami's
Actually, I
in
can't
last.
because they would lose
Miami's
the.
last.
I'm not. I'm saying Miami's third.
No, I'm saying the Patriots are last.
Oh, the Pats are last for sure.
Yeah, 7 and 10.
Of course they are.
Worst team in the division. Get used to it.
Look at the Jets powerhouse. You guys could probably go play for the Jets right now.
I could probably play wide receiver for the Patriots. Actually.
Yeah.
Hey, try out, man. We'll take you.
Oh God.
So John,
I'd probably just throw my jersey.
New England, Miami, and the Jets. Buffalo at 13 and 4, New England 11 and 7, Miami 9 and 8, and the Jets 4 and 13.
Disgusting.
Hey, I told you. Look, mark my words. Give them a couple years, and Michael, they may be where you think they are this year. I truly
Right, it could
with
be
the
next
potential.
Year. It could even be next year.
It could be depending on if they hit on their draft picks. Because, quite honestly, if they even look better this year, and you get some veterans that want something new, want to go play in New York for a potentially decent team. I mean, the Jets may be it in a few years. You may be, and quite honestly, I think they're going to need another running back. To be quite honest, I think they're going to need a little bit of help. We'll see what Michael Carter does. Again, I'm not judging any rookies yet. That's why when I said New England, I didn't even mention Stevenson, because what he does in the preseason, I can't gauge that. I just can't. This is all, and it's just like Mac Jones. But I will say this. I'm going to say this right now. I think not giving a solid backup behind Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, I just don't think it's smart. I truly don't. I think, they should have just kept Flacco for his knowledge, maybe overpaid him for that. They had the money. Flacco's a smart guy. Trevor Lawrence has really nobody up in Jacksonville. There's just no one to bounce anything against. That's the only scary thing I see. Because like Jim said, what if they both start 0-4? What does their confidence do? Where does that go? You say start game 5, but man, sooner or later it's going to keep spiraling down and down and down.
Zach Wilson's a different beast. He's got all the moxie you can handle. He's not going to get down.
I've been saying it since November.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning.
Let's not. Jesus.
He almost had a straight face.
Forget it.
What you mean is Patrick Mahomes.
I got nothing now. You're right.
Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. He's Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers' love child.
I'm just saying,
what happened.
Who's going to grab these two guys? Combined, they won 3 games last year. Who's going to grab these guys when things are going really, really bad? That's all. And it's normally a player.
Jets will sign Foles or Mullins that are out there, and
someone's getting cut. Someone's getting cut.
Right. Foles is not going to be on Chicago. He's going to go somewhere.
Well, they can't cut Foles. It's guaranteed. The Bears will get destroyed.
They're not going to keep 3 of them.
They have to. They're salary capped in. They're not paying Fields much. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep. And keep in mind the Jets do have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds next year as well. So
that's why I said. That's why I said if they keep drafting the way they do, I think they'll be okay. I do. I just don't see it within the next 2 years.
financially, I think they're in good shape too.
So wait a minute. What happens? What happens if like the 2020s decade, the Jets have some kind of dynasty going? And the Pats
it's already
are upside
started.
Down.
Oh,
I mean, what would that be? What if
it could happen.
What if it was 2022, 2023 to 2027? 5 years of, well, I mean, Buffalo's still going to be there, but could it be like 2024 to 28 where the Jets dominate the division?
Like
2023
to 2043?
Yeah, maybe the next 50 years it'll be the opposite of what the last 50 was.
Hey, what about the next 175 years? Wouldn't that be cool?
Come on, we're not the Red Sox.
Oh man.
Oh man, this is
to see
gem.
You'll never see
gem.
You'll never see another dynasty like the Patriots. I mean, that's just.
I mean,
I will give you that. I can't imagine another team going on a run like that, keeping it together for that long, and winning as many Super Bowls as they did. Not just going to Super Bowls, but winning. I mean, that's a hard thing. Ask Buffalo. Ask Buffalo how hard it is to go to the Super Bowl and win. Ask Mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could take my digs back at the.
4 years in a row.
Ask Dan Marino what it feels like to go to the. Oh, I can't.
I mean, it's kind of true. Think of the players that never made it to one.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady's going in his 21st year in his potential 11th Super Bowl. 11th.
Yeah. Right.
It's just insane.
Right. I mean, if the Bucks stay together for a few years,
which they can.
He plays for a couple of years. Could they win 2 or 3 in Tampa?
He's going to be 48 years old throwing Super Bowl passes.
He could.
I could barely get out of bed at 48. Like my knees hurt just from sleeping. I got arthritis in my shoulder.
Jeez.
Hey, who won the most Super Bowls right there?
Brady?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I think. Yogi Berra. Oh, no.
No, yeah. No. 80% of the time he wins every time.
He wins every time. Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, all right. So that wraps up
this
the
was
preview
awesome.
and prediction show. And I don't know about the rest of my picks, but the Jets nailed dead on. So and Mike, I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see that. It happens. Teams that are terrible, 49ers did it a couple years ago. I mean, it happens. It's not the craziest thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would be awesome to happen and end this 10-year drought of misery that we've been going through. Yeah, 10 years without a playoff appearance. So we got to start baby steps.
There's been more misery than 10 years.
Yeah. Let's just break the playoff trend, and then we'll work to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah. Let's give Robert Saleh a little bit. All right. So Thursday is our draft. So we are going to do a live draft on here. We got to figure out. I'm going to have to mess with this, figure out how to get it up here live. But I will get it up here live. So please join us for that. The best part of doing a draft, all the spots are full. So the best part of doing a draft is heckling the person picking and then giving them shit when they make the wrong pick. And we know John's going to take a kicker in the 7th round. So get ready.
And Chris Herndon. I'm taking Chris Herndon again this
in the
year
5th
for the 4th straight year.
Yeah. And then you're going to reach for Justin Tucker in the 5th round.
4th round.
4th round. Okay, yeah. So Tom Brady in the 1st, Chris Herndon in the 3rd, Tucker in the 4th. But definitely make sure you come back for his 2nd round pick because nobody knows.
Nobody knows where I'm going.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Have some drinks, talk to us, razz us, give us shit, and then obviously when it's all said and done, you got to pick a winner. So until then. That's going to be the next thing, so keep an eye out for that next Thursday at 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern Time, normal show time. We'll be doing that draft. So until then, please have a great week, great couple days, and prepare yourselves to give us hell. So for John, for Jim, for our special guest, Michael.
Jets make the playoffs.
Jets win, baby. So we will see you
Peace.
guys.
Can't wait.
Soon.